I don't know what it is about psychology that has changed my whole perspective about building this community. And maybe it's because, Heather, I really feel like more people like you are the people that I am excited to converse with, to teach with, to help change direction and leave that lasting legacy of like making a difference, having stewardship with people. Hey, this video is for Heather, Journeys with Heather. So if you're not her, you don't have to watch this video, which is totally fine. This is really just going to be a more personalized setup video of me being able to talk about the fact that I'm really working on all of the modules for my online community, the Founders Club. I couldn't be more excited to start this journey, and I've really realized that I really love talking to Heather about all of the things. Um so let's get into it. I guess today is day 1 of me recording all of the modules because, to be honest with you, as an entrepreneur, I have not had the agency to make the videos. It's officially June 1st, and I have been wanting to get this community off the ground where other entrepreneurs, gym owners, fitness owners, studio owners are able to experience the benefits of, I don't want to say therapy because that is such a gross term, but of really self-development to a core that's so meaningful. And Heather and I just vibe and click. We vibe and click because this video is supposed to be for Heather. So I'm just gonna continue like I'm talking to my friend Heather because that's who this video is for. So if you're not her, I don't know why you're still watching. So Heather, today I did the first 2 modules and I couldn't have been more excited to share with you the information, because the problem that I've been having is that I'm not looking forward to doing them at all because I'm not a teacher. A lot of my job as a therapist, as you know, right, as your own journeys with Heather, has been to just listen. And so being able to talk and like share my knowledge, my information, it's like a as needed kind of basis. I don't just like sit and lecture somebody for an hour, which I assume you don't sit and lecture somebody for an hour either, right? That would be disgusting. But I think what was so exciting to me was not only trying to like piece together the story that I'm trying to tell you, but also piece together all the information. The heat is on and my windows are open. Hold on 1 second. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I had the windows open because Kaya loves the window open so that she'll it's the right microphone. Okay. She loves laying on the couch that's right below the window that's open because it gets that cool breeze. And so I left it open, but little did I remember that I turned on the heat earlier before the window was open. Because sometimes it's like so cold. And that makes like sitting here and recording videos. Another reason why I don't record the videos is because just sitting here and teaching information, not only is it dull and boring, but it's like cold and I'm talking to a computer by myself. And that's why I love talking to you, because you get me energized and excited and you build off of it and you know exactly what we're talking about. And in these first 2 modules, before I forget, let me tell you about these first 2 modules. So Everything that I'm doing this week is the future orientation, which is phase 1 when you join my Founders Club community, which in July, I'm going to run 5 wonderful people through it for free, which that's incredible in itself because you're going to get all of my 10 years of psychology experience and background and studying in these modules for free. Okay, just comprehend that for a minute. And you'll get to meet with me. And I'm hoping I'll have it designed so that you can accomplish one video every single day. So for 30 days, you will be able to get all of the modules done and meet with me once a week and the rest of the community and make actual change in their life. And the first video just so happens to be about what is future orientation. And this whole idea about how it's not optimism, because at the end of the day, we have like such, I would say, like programming around the past, having this absolute like dread and having that weigh us down, or the present and having such impulse, and especially as entrepreneurs, which Heather, I bet you absolutely experience in the being able to go camping and enjoy your life. You are like, I just love sitting and listening to the trees, or being able to read when I want, or, all the things you've told me that you love to do in your free time, right? I'm getting a phone call, but it's not you, so we'll keep going. And so we rarely get into this feeling and this movement of our future self. What is our future self willing to do and be and act right now in order to make that change and that movement and orientation, right? Future orientation to my future self and what I want to be doing. And it's all about making that honest diagnostic between the difference. And what I'm not going to tell you here, because you'll have to see all of the modules in order to understand it, is that there are 2 different parts of how we experience this. And most people live with only one. But Heather, if you want to learn more about what it is I am teaching inside of this module, I hope that you join us in July for free, because you are an absolute incredible human being, and I couldn't be more excited to be on this journey with you and you on my podcast and learning all more about you and what you do, and everybody else that's going to be able to join us, right? Like, the more, the merrier. That's actually the realist statement anybody could absolutely make. And so the other module, which is the second one that I recorded today, is why future orientation matters, right? We had talked on a podcast about co-creation, right? And how you are genuinely a part of that journey, whether you're saying it's the moon that's controlling you, or Mars is in retrograde, or womanly hormone cycles, or any of these other things. They are going to happen and invite you to act some type of way, be some type of way. And so understanding why those things matter, not that your your future is determined on the moon's cycle, but understanding why your future matters is going to be helpful for us to be able to make those building blocks that are going to help us step away from that impulsive today decisions, right? And being able to have responsibility to our building, right? And so what my module 2 is on the responsibility to build. You have a responsibility, and that meaning that comes behind it, which actually loops into my own personal book that I'm writing after you shared with me how you've been writing your 2 books, or 4 books, I think we talked about, and I'll have 2 books. Between the 2 of us, we will just write a library, which sounds like you already own. So look at that, right? In this module, I cover Jordan Peterson, and if you don't really know who that is, you should, because he's really great in psychology. And I don't remember if we've ever talked about him together. So I'm unaware, Heather, if you know who he is, but he's really great in understanding. Maybe what you have heard is like Man's Search for Meaning. You're such a great avid reader. I bet you might have heard that one. And so being able to understand how happiness and meaning don't have to coexist, right? And how happiness doesn't also create the pathway of how you're going to get where you're going, right? And so the cost of not aiming for where you're going ends up being paid by the people who love you, right? Like, Heather, I love you. I love that you are doing all the things that you're doing, and all the wisdom and knowledge and life experiences that you've had, but not writing your books, not doing, what you feel like you are called to do is like, it's going to hurt me because I'm not going to be able to read about it. Right? Or maybe, not taking that change and making all of the journals, right? Like that's going to hurt the people who watch all of your content and enjoy you, right? Because now they're not going to be able to understand, like, how did she just turn that $1 bill and rub them together to make 100? We talked about that on a podcast before. If you remember that one's so good. So in the next modules though, what I'll probably record tomorrow is going to be the building blocks. And I can't be just like more filled with giddy to like learn, conceptualize, and put it out there and then be able to share it with you, Heather, because I don't know what it is about psychology that has changed my whole perspective about building this community. And maybe it's because, Heather, I really feel like more people like you are the people that I am excited to converse with, to teach with, to help change direction and leave that lasting legacy of like making a difference, having stewardship with people. And you're one of them. You're definitely one of them. So thank you. Have a good day.